You're with him! You brought him here to kill me!
No!
Let her go, Anakin!
Anakin.
Let her go!
Hey everyone, thanks for checking out Star Wars District. If you can, please hit the like and subscribe button. As the thumbnail states, I would like to pose the question to you. What if Padme helped to fight Darth Maul? What if Padme and Darth Maul had a face-off in a battle? This very scenario would occur if Padme did not take the long way around to reach the throne room of the royal palace. My Star Wars theory questions what would happen if she stood by Qui-gon and Obi-wan during their battle with Darth Maul. How would the events of the Naboo invasion be different? Think of what we are about to discuss as a deleted scene, and let's have some fun with this one. So to explore one of Padme's best moments, I'm using a mixture of events from the prequel Star Wars film Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and my own imagination. Going back to the famed Battle of Naboo, inside the royal air hangar, the characters involved are, of course, Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Padme Amidala. However, let's not forget that the head of the Royal Naboo Security Forces, Quarsh Panaka, is also present with roughly 30 or so other people, as seen in the Phantom Menace movie. The immediate question, probably on everyone's mind or heart, is how in the world can Padme fight the Sith assassin Darth Maul? The duel between Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul, set to the music Duel of Fates, was rather intense. However, Captain Panaka has trained Padme in combat tactics and firearms, but surely you still question, does Amidala stand a chance against Maul, correct? But this is where, even though he has control of the dark side of the Force, I would say Maul is in more trouble than he may want to admit, or possibly even recognize. Like I've stated in my Why Does Obi-Wan Talk So Much video, Darth Maul tends to overestimate himself and his abilities. Whether you're a Jedi or a Sith fan, the universal and basic principle of all Force users is they use the Force to increase their sensory input. We've all seen it. You attempt to strike a Force user and they either expertly dodge every strike or use the Force to overpower you. Fire a blaster bolt, and they will use the Xi'an aspect of Form 5, which is one of the 7 recognized Jedi lightsaber combat forms. With Xi'an, a Force user will redirect the blast back at the source. Basically, via the technique known as moving meditation, the Force will guide their movements through precognitive methods. But for Maul and every other Force-sensitive being, the Force is limited by the extent of what the being's body and brain can achieve. The Force is limitless, but the user is not. So in short, what I am saying is, sensory overload is a real issue for Force users. It is a weakness that can be minimized during training, but in times of chaotic activity, like a battle, the amount of information for a Force user to intake can increase, sometimes to a point that is beyond the ability to process it all. Thus, the precognitive advantage tends to decrease as information increases. The novel, Inquisitor, Rise of the Red Blade by Delilah S. Dawson, does a great job illustrating the sensory issues of the Jedi, especially during the Battle of Geonosis. Now, Darth Maul is a combat-loving assassin. He is focused, smart, and deadly. On his own, we've seen that he can handle both Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. However, in the royal air hangar of the palace, Captain Panaka and Padme had with them a small group of resistance fighters. I counted about 25, possibly a max of 30 people. That is 30 people armed with blasters and possibly an explosive device or two. That is also in addition to the 2 Jedi. To my mind, that is 25 blasters and 2 lightsabers versus Maul. Prosody rate percent. Some might consider Padme fighting Maul ridiculous, but it would make sense for the 25 blasters to help the 2 lightsabers, because Maul was blocking the easiest way to the throne room. Keep in mind the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Padme and the Resistance members all understand that capturing the Viceroy of the Trade Federation must be a swift situation. In the Phantom Menace film, with the help of young Anakin, the hangar was cleared of any combat droids or destroyers, as he shot them all when he was in the fighter plane. Plus, the film shows that at least one more capable fighter plane was remaining in the hangar. So, let's recap. 25 blasters, 2 lightsabers, and the guns of a Naboo space fighter. all versus Darth Maul at the same time. Is the picture becoming just a bit clearer for you yet? Padme has superior firepower, knowledge of the terrain, battlefield, and 2 Jedi. By standing together, I believe they could have successfully captured or killed Maul, and all without the Viceroy having the chance to flee. Both objectives would be completed. Naturally, there will be casualties, of course, but it is doable. In order to help justify my reasoning, let me first ask, who do you think is stronger, Darth Maul or Darth Bane? For those who are not aware, Darth Bane is essentially the Grandmaster of the modern-day Sith. He is also the creator to the Rule of Two. Bane is a Sith master from roughly 1,000 years prior to the very Battle of Naboo that we are discussing. Pound for pound physical strength, force skills, intelligence, and overall abilities will be discussed in detail in another video. But do you side with Bane or Maul? I posted this question on my channel, and it seems that mostly everyone agrees that without a doubt, Darth Bane is stronger and more capable than Maul. Yet, Darth Bane in the prime of his Sith powers was captured by roughly a group of 20 soldiers. Bane's abductors had about the same numbers of opposition as Maul would. Now, back to business. Naboo, Jedi versus Sith, and Padme fighting. Now, Captain Panaka is a trained career soldier. He is an excellent shot and highly strategic. Padme and each one of her guards' handmaidens were trained in physical combat and firearms by Panaka. The goal is simple: help Obi-wan and Qui-gon fight Maul and then capture the Viceroy. Maul is clearly not focused on protecting the Viceroy. In the movie, he let the Padme assault group simply leave to pursue the Viceroy. Maul badly wants to fight the Jedi. He felt betrayed by them. Going back to the hangar scene, after Anakin blasts the destroyers, Padme commands everyone to exit the hangar, and they begin the long route to face the Viceroy. In my what if, Padme would instead command everyone to fire blaster bolts on Maul. They would hide and seek cover, of course. In the Phantom Menace movie, Maul, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan were still directly in the hangar before Padme commanded everyone to leave the hangar. She could easily turn and fire on Maul. This would create multiple distractions that Maul would have to address. He would naturally use Xi'an or Form 5 to redirect the blasts back, but he would also be exposed to the blades of the Jedi. Keeping in mind that Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan fight very well together, and Xi'an cannot help against a blaster bolt or torpedo from the space fighter. The biggest advantage of Padme fighting Maul is that she would save time during the assault and possibly more lives of her people. They capture the Viceroy, the assassin Maul, and, more importantly, Qui-Gon does not die. And believe me, Padme does not even begin to understand that as a queen who just stopped an invasion orchestrated by a corrupt Senate, she is going to want Qui-Gon alive. We all know that the Viceroy of the Trade Federation never gets convicted of any crimes for his illegal occupation of Naboo. All due to manipulation by Senator Palpatine, aka Darth Sidious. But admittedly, this next part is a bit of a stretch. But with a Jedi Master of Qui-Gon's reputation and temperament, perhaps he would have been able to offer more weight in the sense of a character witness during the trial of the Viceroy for the crimes committed on Naboo. No disrespect intended, but surely Qui-Gon has more clout than a newly ranked Jedi Knight in Obi-Wan does. Needless to say, Padme helping to fight Maul means Qui-Gon lives. Some other people may die, but the biggest implication is that, with Qui-Gon alive to train Anakin, so much would be different in Star Wars. I wonder, is my thinking too wild? I said I wanted to have fun on this one, but did my imagination break the hyperdrive? What do you think? Should Padme have helped fight Maul? Non-Force sensitives helping Jedi to fight is not unprecedented. However, how would the battle go in your mind? Let me know what you think in the comment section. As usual, thank you for taking time to watch Star Wars District. Your continued support is motivating. Take care.